Welcome back once again to Danny's Media. Now, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday on Wednesday, Jeff Koinange from Citizen TV Media Center did a wonderful job to the citizen of this country of Kenya by interviewing the CS of Health Order Duale concerning to Ebola that William Ruto have already allowed to be operated in this country of Kenya, Ilakipia, after a successful deal by the government of the United States of America, even after court blocked them from doing that one, alongside Kenyans that have been protesting each and every day so that Ruto can reject Ebola that they have allowed to be operated in this country of Kenya.
That's right, an Ebola treatment facility being set up in Nanyuki as we speak. And we just heard about it the other day. It's only for U.S. citizens, not for you.
According to you.
Waziri, come on, man. Come on.
That is misinformation.
Kenya. I took my time, I watched the whole interview, and I realized that Kenya does not have someone to be called the CS of Health. Truth to be told, we don't have the CS of Health in this country of Kenya. The way Order Duale was answering some of the questions concerning to health issues, we don't have the CS of Health. Order Duale is just there to earn salary every month, alongside making things to work easier for President William Samoei Ruto.
Nobody said this facility will only be used by the U.S.
To Ebola in Africa, the Trump administration confirms it is working to set up a quarantine facility in Kenya. White House officials told reporters today it will be open tomorrow. It will be open only for Americans who are exposed to or infected with the deadly illness.
That's what the Americans said.
That's
what the Americans said.
What did the Americans say? Show me. Show me where the Americans said.
Last night, there was a press conference in the White House where they said this is for U.S. citizens.
No. And that's why I'm telling you, stop fake news. The only thing Kenyans are running with is what Mark Rubio said.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why not have this same center in America? Why bring it to Kenya? Have it there. Because remember Hunter virus a few weeks ago? Americans were...
You know where it went?
It went to Nebraska.
No, you are wrong. This is why I'm telling you, you're preaching fake news.
Come on, man.
Let me tell you, that ship went to Spain. The Spain government took.
But the Americans were flown to Nebraska. That's where they are as we speak.
In fact, the first American, there were 2 Americans who contracted Ebola. One was taken to Germany, and one was taken to the Czech Republic. You are behind news.
The other 17.
Let me
there were
finish.
17 Americans.
No.
Yeah, come on.
No.
Come on, I followed this story.
Listen, there were only 2, and the one in Germany, in fact, is recovering.
Okay, answer this question.
Let me finish. The epicenter of Ebola is within the East and Central Africa.
Yes, so why don't they...
It's not in the US. It's not in US. It's not in Latin America.
So why Kenya? Why not DRC? Why not Uganda? Why not Rwanda?
Okay, let me tell you. Number one, we have a very long historical relationship within the health sector with the US. The US has spent over $8 billion, close to 1 trillion in the health sector. The achievements today we are proud of as a country in terms of reducing HIV, AIDS, malaria, TB, the kind of labs that we have at Kemri, Kisumu, Kilifi, Nairobi, are part of our partnership. 2, we are leaders in the healthcare delivery system in our region. So Kenya is a hub. Kenya is a place to go. Kenya is a diplomatic hub. And you remember, and if you don't know, let me tell you, during the COVID, the UN established such a facility in Nairobi Hospital. Nobody made noise.
That was during COVID.
COVID killed more people than Ebola or Mpox or Marburg. So I'm asking you, if the UN could build a facility in Nairobi Hospital, is similar to what the US is building in partnership with the government of Kenya, with the Ministry of Defense, with the Ministry of Health, in Laikipia.
And for heaven's sake, US citizens.
And for heaven's, not for US citizens. That is your fake news. And that's why I'm telling you, we are building 23 quarantine, treatment, isolation centers, facilities to protect our citizens.
Duale does not know anything. That interview totally exposed who is Aden Duale. Aden Duale is not the CS of Health, ladies and gentlemen. Whereby, if Parliament was serious about this matter of Ebola, someone would have already drafted a motion to impeach the CS of Health because he's just earning salary for no reason.
Trevor, I have quickly looked at the English meaning of arrogance. It says, an overbearing, exaggerated attitude, usually with a sense of one's own importance or abilities, often condensing or insulting towards others. And when the Minister Duale says state will not consult Kenyans on US Ebola isolation facility, fits for this description completely in basic English. Senators Gay and Tom Ojenda, being lawyers, are not very far from simple appreciation of English. It should be easy to appreciate that this is the meaning of it. And so there was nothing out of order for Senator John Newton to say. In fact, this arrogance extends even to Senator Ojenda, who describes such a serious issue as intercourse between Kenya and US. He has just talked of international intercourse. Kenya and US have been in no intercourse.
No.
This was your word.
Yes.
This was your word.
International intercourse.
No.
It's international law. Yes, that's the right thing.
No, not intercourse.
The law.
Tom, you spoke.
I was quiet. You don't understand international law.
No. There was no intercourse between
international
Kenya and
intercourse is international engagement among.
It is not intercourse.
Okay. He's reading English. I'm reading the law.
Yeah. Trevor, let me land. I am sure that the US is following the reaction by Kenyans. I am sure that the US is following that the Katiba Institute went to court, orders exist, orders have been transmitted to them through the embassy here. I would expect that the negotiations can go on, yes, but the construction should not go on.
Okay.
And I am hoping that the US appreciates that we are not an extension of their country, and that Ruto is not an agent of US. He's our president here, elected by us. So I want us to be very, very careful. In fact, if Parliament was serious, when I watched Duale yesterday, if the National Assembly was serious, somebody should have been drafting a motion of impeachment for him. This is why sometimes you need technical people in such positions. I wish the minister was someone technical in knowledge. You see, and Trevor, when we come to national television, let us be careful that Kenyans are watching. You know, many people, yes, Kenyans are watching. Even when a senator like Ojenda reminds us that he's a professor, we know, but of what law? He should present his CV here. What law did he study in which he got that professor?
Tuseme tu kweli. How can you go on a national television and you say that you don't need to ask Kenyans if you want to do such kind of thing?
Doing assessment of these sites in the following counties. And Honorable Speaker, under the Public Health Act, we don't need to do public participation. We are not going to consult citizens. Even members of parliament here, when they fall sick, they rush to their doctor to make sure they get the best treatment. So this epidemic does not require any consultation. Tomorrow, God forbid, if Ebola is found in this country, this house will call me back here to this chair to ask me why are Kenyans dying. So before Kenyans die, before Kenyans are infected, we as a government have a moral, constitutional responsibility to protect both Kenyans and other people who are non-Kenyans who live within our border or who transit within our country.
If it is true that sometimes law can allow you people to do some of the things, but you need to look at it first before doing it. We don't need to ask Kenyans if you want to do a quarantine center in Laikipia, Mara or Nini. What are you saying? This is a dangerous disease. It is true, Kenya does not have the CS of health. Tuseme tu kweli. If MPs were serious about this case of Ebola, they could have drafted an impeachment motion of the CS of Health, Order Duale, as soon as possible, because Order Duale is just earning salary for no reason. He's just there to make William Samoei happy. Wacha tuseme tu kweli. In fact, all the ministers, all the 80% of ministers and CS in this country of Kenya are not independent. They are not neutral. They are busy serving the interest of the government. Because how can a CS of Health go on an interview and start talking about agriculture, roads, sijui mara nini? How does roads, agriculture involve themselves into health, concerned with health? Mara 2-term, mara 10 bila break, mara ni. I was shocked. Let truth to be told, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have the CS of health. How can you say that you don't need to ask Kenyans if you want to build something, and you know very that your kitu is dangerous, and that we don't need, sometimes we just need to disobey court order. We don't need to follow some. Hey, I was shocked. Hawa watu wana earn tu salary for no reason. Wacha tu tuseme ukweli, wapenzi watazamaji wa Danny's Media. Tuseme tu ukweli. Yesterday, Order Duale totally shamed himself. He totally shamed himself during that live national interview. At Jeff Koinange, why are you spreading fake news? Which fake news are you talking about? This is a serious issue. You are saying that sometimes you don't need to respect court order. You just need to do things. No. Hiyo kitu, because even I hope the US appreciates that Kenya is not an extension of its territory, and that President Ruto is not an agent of the US, but the president of Kenya. We don't have the CS of Health. I watched that interview and I wanted to do the video at night, but I realized that, time is not on our side. So I wanted to do this video today in the morning so that you can also revisit and watch how interview was, so that you can understand that we don't have the CS of Health in this country of Kenya. Order Duale is just there to earn salary and make things easier for William Samoei Ruto. Ruto wanted ministers and CSs that he can control at any cost, anytime that he want. Ataki vile mtu mwenye ataenda pale afanyie wananchi wa Kenya kazi. Hawa watu wote. Because instead of these people being independent, they are busy involving themselves in the political affairs. Mara o nini. It was also asked this issue of the people that were killed in Nanyuki, 2 people. He ignored them. Even the president of Kenya, William Samoei, have been ignoring this issue of the 2 people that were killed there. They don't value the lives of Kenyans. What they normally value is money. But they don't value the people who make them to be whom they are. That's the reason why, come 2027, let us vote wisely. Uko kadi, tupige kura mapema. Turuauke, let us vote this regime out. Hii regime itoke kabisa. These people are totally embarrassing this country of Kenya. Tukutane kwa video itakayofuata, wapenzi watazamaji wa Danny's Media. Bye bye.